Hey guys, welcome back to another video of the podcast. We are actually going to officially call this How We Hustle. Ignore my dog in the background. But anyway, on today's podcast and video, I have special guest KIXPLORE.
What's
Mark,
up, guys?
aka Mark. So let's break it down. Give me a 1 minute breakdown of what you actually do and how you hustle.
So basically, I am a sneaker YouTuber. I know it sounds so generic of how you see so many nowadays, but I also do a lot of content in regards to reviews, in travel, and also in lifestyle stuff, so clothing. So I'm trying to branch out. And as of late, I've been having a really big craze with actual outdoor stuff. So
You've been going hard on that ACG shit, man.
Yeah, man.
I noticed
love that kind of stuff. I love it, man. And there's actually quite a big following there. So a lot of very passionate outdoor, like wear kind of people. So it's fantastic.
Okay, so what made you feel like YouTube was the avenue that you wanted to go in?
Well, I'd like to think that I have the personality for YouTube, but it's just basically I've always enjoyed creating videos. So even before YouTube was even like popular, I used to make videos for myself, for my own amusement, and just to make other people happy and kind of entertain other people. And that's why I sort of went down this avenue and I expanded from it by creating my own channel.
Okay, so let's review back to what you just said. You said that you feel like you have a personality for YouTube, right? So what do you think are the key things as a personality is required for YouTube?
I think you should, first of all, when it comes to personality, you have to enjoy it. You really have to enjoy what you're talking about. So personality in terms of, if you're, for example, like sneakers, you have to like it. You have to really enjoy it, because your real personality in terms of like how you feel and the way you talk about things won't be truly expressed if you don't enjoy the kind of stuff. So personality, other things as well is like, I think I really enjoy it. It's something that I like to do. I like to talk in front of the camera. I like to talk in front of other people, connecting with other people, networking. So that's why I think I have a personality for it.
Enjoyment of actually making the videos was one of your main points of that thing, right? So I'm gonna ask you, as a sneaker YouTuber, right? There's a whole bunch of trash content that people make, right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna brutally say it. I've been one to make trash content, just for the sake of making sneaker content, right? Do you ever feel like you get into that trap that you have to make, like, okay, this content needs to go out because everyone's going to do it and I want to be first?
Yes, definitely. I would like to say, I mean, it's not something I'm really proud of, but you need to get out there. You need to be talking about it, because one thing about creating that kind of content, like the stuff that you just want to get out there, is you never know, it could go viral. You never know. And some of the stuff, like even on my TikToks, when I just create them out of nowhere, just to try to get my content out there, some of them get like thousands and thousands of hits, and you just never know. And people can discover you that way. That's why I think it's still important to just create content, just continuously create content. Not so much it doesn't like have to be trash, but even though sometimes it can feel that way, especially when you look at it like years, going back and stuff. Oh, that's definitely trash.
I get it. I look at my videos. I'm like, fuck, what the hell was I thinking?
I know. So I think it's really very important just to get out there and just keep working.
So you brought up the point of TikTok, right? So now TikTok is probably one of the major platforms that are major platforms that people are starting to gravitate to. I would say the attention to audience is TikTok right now. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that TikTok now is such an easy platform to get generic views, and how do you create content to sort of engage customers through TikTok?
In terms of generic views, yeah, definitely. There's so many eyes on TikTok right now, so it's probably like it's really unwise not to get on it, just to try it, So I think it's really important just to get just to get out there, just to try it. You never know, you could go viral, you could not go viral, but it's other than that, you're still going to be getting eyes on you. But what was that last question?
Do you believe there's a formula, like there's a content formula for
like
TikTok?
An algorithm kind of thing
for TikTok? I truly believe no, and there is a way, and I hate to say it once again, make trash content, make whatever's hot, but whatever's hot works. I mean, go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
But do you feel like, as a sneakerhead trying to get into TikTok, like what are you supposed to be making on TikTok?
I think one way to, even if you don't know what you're doing, just follow the trends. There are so many trends that like kind of videos that people kind of people create. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can try those, because then those can technically sometimes go viral, or like you still get like a lot more views compared to what you would normally do if you didn't know what you were doing. So that's one way to kind of create that kind of content. But in terms of kind of, yeah, it's just get out there and just do it, I guess. Yeah, that's what you said. So, did I answer your question? I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. Give me 1 second. Why do I have to pause, babe?
Okay, you want me to pause it or keep going?
No, let's keep it going.
Okay.
Because it just makes it easier for me, Dad.
Okay. I got lost with that last question, man. I'm just like, what did you say? Generic? Oh, far out. Sometimes I babble on too much, man. My bad. What's she doing?
She's giving parcels to the courier driver. I think we should be good now. But okay, so what you were saying that TikTok content and like sort of you have to sort of create content that everyone else is creating, like trends and stuff like that, right? But how important is it for views? Do you feel like the longevity game is the game you should be playing, or should you be playing the get on that hype train and try to do something?
So in terms of longevity, yes, I think if you're in something long enough, you're definitely going to get somewhere. But in terms of the hype stuff, like it's up to you. If you really want to get into that kind of field, it's something that a lot of people are very interested in. So I like to talk about it. If anything's hype, especially anything like relating to Travis Scott or anything like that in terms of sneakers, I'll get onto that, because I know a lot of people do. A lot of people are interested in that kind of stuff, especially in Travis Scott and his sneakers or anything like that he does. Especially like, man, you saw what he did with like McDonald's and everything, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So, just getting on that hype stuff is still good, but definitely longevity is the harder one to do. Like staying in the game the longest, but it's probably definitely the most worthwhile, because I think that's where the most progress comes in. Just sticking it out.
So the difference between these podcasters and the podcasters that I'm going to call this season 2 of my podcast, right? Yeah. It was more informative, right? But this time I'm really going to dive real deep in, and I'm going to take shots at you, right? So it's nothing personal, right? Nothing personal, right? Because we've been doing the same thing, right? So just say, for example, how long have you been doing YouTube? I
have been doing probably around 3 years now. Around 3 years or 3 or so years, yeah.
Okay, so on your first year, right? Mm-hmm. What was your growth of subscribers?
I didn't hit 1,000. No, I was nowhere near. I was probably closer to 500 than I was 1,000 the first year.
And then the second year?
Second year, I didn't hit 1,000 as well, because I think I don't know. I was just like testing it out and seeing how. Yeah, I think I was probably between the 2 years. I was probably closer to 500 on the second year. Yeah, like getting to the second year, I was probably closer to 500.
Okay, so tell me, what did you see from the second year to the third year that gave you that 3,000 subscriber boost?
It was probably just knowing what content people enjoy watching more. I would probably say, and it's because, how do I say this? When you first start out, you don't know what's good. You don't know what works with you. Just because something works with someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's really
just
important.
Because you put 4 fucking characters on a jumper thinking it's Japanese, you don't call it cocaine. Letting y'all fuckers know that. Yeah, letting y'all fuckers know that straight up. Anyway, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, it's just you learn from your mistakes as well. It's probably another big thing. I made a heap of mistakes, especially with music. Like one of the main things that I learned as well is because I made an intro with my main my guy Jace. It was just he was rapping and we were doing it in KIXPLORE and kind of stuff, and then
I remember that shit. I'm gonna say that shit was trash. I was like, holy fuck, why did you decide to do this?
Because it's fun.
Okay, I understand it's fun. I understand. I'm not saying it's not fun. Right? But I'm saying, how did you decide that, okay, I've seen it, and I was like, this is corny as hell. Like, I thought my intro was corny. My intro is pretty corny. Right? But I was like, yo, this is on another level.
Yeah, well
because, like, okay, this is the way I see it, right? it's corny, right? But you don't have corny content. So it doesn't go sort of hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like if you had if you had like a corny thing and then you were just a corny cunt throughout the whole way of your video, it would make sense. Do you know what I mean? It goes hand in hand. People will be like, oh, okay, it's funny. It's like, what's that? Do you remember that white guy that did shoot Brad Hall?
Yeah.
He's corny as hell. Do you know what I mean? Like it sort of works, right? So. Please tell me what the hell was going on with that.
Well, I can be pretty corny sometimes, I guess, but I thought it's just because I like music, and it's just something I wanted to collaborate with my friend as well, Jace. So I don't know. It's just, he made the song.
Yeah,
and I was
shout out to Jace. Jace is my homie. Like I ain't dissing Jace. Like Burn City, but like, do you feel that intro helped you?
Probably not as much. I didn't get that many views from it. I didn't get 1,000 views from it. But the reason why I brought it up is because I got some licensing issues. That's why I'm talking about in terms of mistakes and all that kind of stuff. Because I actually eventually had to take it down. That's why you probably can't see it anymore, guys. So sorry, but that's just another thing that I say. It's things that I'm learning as well, like from the first year to the second year, and on the third year, like I haven't made any mistakes in terms of like music licensing anymore, because you don't want to risk that. Because
so tell the people out there, where do you go for music?
Where to go for music? Epidemic Sound.
That's
is what
plug, man. Everyone jump on that Epidemic Sound. So I'm on that. I use that. I use local artists and stuff like that as well.
That too.
But okay, cool. So like what else did you feel like grew 3,000? Because you struggled to get to 500 in the first 2 years.
Man.
So 2,500 followers within that final year. That I would not call it the final year, but that 2 to 3 years. Like, how did you feel? Like, what was the formula? Like, was there, like, you saw this video, it did well, and were you like, hey, I'm going to backtrack, I'm going to copy that formula that I did on that video and be like, yeah, fuck, I'm going to do this for the next 1,000 videos and see what happens?
So basically, what I did what I believe caused that massive growth, well, it's not really massive. Well, in terms of my growth, it was massive. It was basically, like trying to look for the trends in my own analytics to see what works. And what really a lot of people really did like is my ACG stuff. Like, people really like reviews, like in-hand reviews, compared to just talking about it. And one thing I did notice as well, guys, that if you have a sneaker and it's not really yours and you don't really wear it, I really believe that people don't resonate with that as much as if it did belong to you and you did wear it and you're wearing it on the video. So people like to see that you actually wearing the sneakers. That's what I noticed. And
I feel like a really big key that your growth, and what people need to understand with growth, especially with your channel, it's actually real educational, as in, like, there's an education standpoint of it, and you feel like you're teaching something that you truly believe in. Like these ACGs, like, I'm gonna walk my dog, my white fluffy ass dog, with my missus in the mountains, and like I've seen that. Like, it's not like I'm not watching, but it's just like you're actually going out there and doing, like, actually, like, it's not just like, hey, I bought the Travis Scott ones just to stun on motherfuckers, and then I'm gonna flip it and I'm never gonna talk about it again. But you're out there like climbing fucking hills and doing, it's so hard. Like, you're actually out there doing that shit. But so okay, so the reason why I brought that up, right? So for us, I would say we started at the same time. Nearly at the same time, right? We both had different formulas, right? My formula was different to yours. Like, my formula was I started Copper Drop. I started filtering through Copper Drop. I started creating a brand. I put all my consumers of my brand to my YouTube channel, and then I sort of like I did it a whole different way, right? And right now, I truly believe that my growth is steady, but it's not huge, right? Because, like, for you to say that you were struggling to get 500 subscribers in the first 2 years, and then you were able to gain 3,000 subscribers in the next, that's a huge growth. You literally, like, 6x your growth. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the goal here, like, the goal for me would be 6x my growth as well. That like, but if I knew how to do that, I'd fucking do it. Right. So saying that, what is something very important to look into your analytics, right, on YouTube or on any content creating, that gives you the insight of, hey, this is what I need to be doing, besides, like, Okay, cool. Besides like likes, comments, besides that, is there another way that you've been
Other than views?
Other than views, correct. Other than the obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll probably have to, if it's not those things, check your comments, guys. Comments, people, if they like something, it's hard to, if you like something, it's hard to comment, you know. So if you really, really like the video, that's the only real time people will like say like a really nice thing.
Yeah.
People will forward, like if they think something's trash, it's so easy for people to go and say, oh, like all these really negative things. But if it's good, it's technically harder.
It's much harder to get a compliment.
So if they do say, oh, hey, yeah, this is a great video, I love it, thanks for the review and all that kind of stuff, that's what you need to be paying attention to. Also with the other analytics, because you know, some people, one person can like something and doesn't mean a whole lot of other people will like something. But if a lot of people are saying really positive things about like a certain video or a certain like kind of a review, that's what I think you should be kind of concentrating on as well. Other than that, yeah, just keep on looking at all the kind of different, you can get things from probably as well your Instagram, other sort of like social media channels as well. People will let you know there what they're really interested in as well. So pay attention to that. So I think it's really good to branch out. I mean, I remember talking to you about this before. I asked you that question, like, is it better to be good at really one thing or being a jack of all trades kind of thing? Yeah. And I remember we were discussing that, you know, it's good to be on all platforms. Or more than one kind of thing.
Yeah,
just spread yourself out kind of thing.
So, going back to like how we built our networks, right? I've noticed something about you that I personally don't do anymore. I'm not that type of person anymore. You like connecting with a lot of people in the industry, right? Like, I'm not saying I don't do that anymore. I'm saying that my connections through the sneaker industry has now been something that I don't personally care about.
Okay.
Like all the homies are still my homies, but it's just I don't like sneakers as much as I used to, or I don't give one fucks about them, right? But do you feel like teaming up with Jay from the Kickstand, and like Edwin from Sneaker Store and all those guys, Anthony from Underrated, Steven from Kicks SCW, all those dudes, do you feel like that is the right passageway for people to be like, yep, I recognize Mark because Mark recognizes these dudes? Like, do you feel like there's a benefit to network with them?
Yeah.
And do you feel like is there a way that you can be like, cool, the Kickstand gives me 10 subscribers? Do you feel there's a conversion to it?
I would probably say there is sort of like a benefit in terms of gaining subscribers, connecting with other people, collaborating with anyone should really help you in some way. You know, it's new eyes, basically. That's their audience is looking at your content now. That's the way that I really believe it. It may not necessarily turn into subscribers, but you know, it's, you know, that chance of other people seeing your content is still like such a great opportunity. So I think yes, networking and all that kind of stuff is very important in terms of growing, and it's something that you should be always striving to. But that sense, guys, don't just try to collaborate with other people just for the sole purpose of gaining their audience. If you are not like sort of giving them value in any way, I really think that you should really reconsider your strategy in terms of collaborating with someone, because it should be both ways. It should be like...
Pause.
Okay, sorry.
Pause. 5 seconds. Hold your thought. Do you think who benefits out of this collab?
Well, definitely...
See, like, but do you understand? Like,
but like, I'm trying. Like, if I could give you some sort of value, I'll be posting on myself, and I'll be telling other people. Like,
but do you understand? So it's like, okay, so it's a double-edged sword, right? Collaboration is a double-edged sword, right? So some people get stabbed, other people, like I might get stabbed for this, right? Yeah. But it's like, okay, so do you feel? I want to be brutally honest on this, right? Yeah. The step that I'm taking to approach you, right? How do you feel when I approach you?
I felt very, how to say this, very, not so much happy, but more like respect, like, oh man, I feel like really, you know, I don't know, just happy, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the best way I could probably say it when you first approach me. So
the second question to that first question is, right, so you said it was happy, like I approached you, right? Excited, okay, cool. How do you feel when subscribers come to you and be like, hey Mark, I would like a photo?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, happy I am, bro, man. I'm like inside. I'm trying to keep it all in and stuff. Oh man, I'm like I think I said it in one of my videos before, man. Like that, if someone says hi to me on the street, if anyone says to me, hey, you're KIXPLORE, I'm like, bro, I'll be thinking about that till the end of the day, bro. Like, I don't know, but you're probably over it and all that kind of stuff. But for me, it's still pretty special. I don't know, man.
To me, honestly, I love it when you guys say hi to me and stuff like that. But there's a but to this. Like, if I'm doing something, bro, please give me 1 second. Like I had some really crazy encounters, right?
Yeah.
So me and Philly, like, we walk our dogs on the beach, right?
Yeah.
And people be screaming our dog's name. I find that weird.
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of weird. Like,
Okay.
but on my side of it, that's my fault because I'm putting my life on the internet.
Yes.
I'm putting my life on social media. Like, what am I expecting? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like your favorite rapper or your favorite person or whatever. You know what car they drive, then you know what their dog's called. You know everything. I'm like, what am I expecting, right? But sometimes it does get kind of full on. Like, and now what I've been doing, actually, it happened yesterday. Some guy was wearing a KOKAINE jumper, and I walked up to him like, "Yo, I love your jumper, bros."
Yeah.
Right? He had no idea who I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That shit doesn't bother me if they do know who I am, but they don't know who I am.
Okay.
Right? I sort of just want to bring it out there so people. It's like a face recognition to the brand when they realize if we do pop-ups and they do come to the pop-ups, they're like, oh, he said hi to me. So he actually appreciates me.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite reaction. Do you know what I mean? So the reaction, so to bring my point across, is the reaction that I gave you at the start, because it's like recognition. It brings you joy and brings you happiness. That's what I want to bring to my customers and my subscribers now. So some of my subscribers actually don't know, like some even followers for KOKAINE don't know what we look like.
Okay.
Right? And it's sort of like, hey man, like, thanks, I appreciate you.
Okay.
And people are like, that's kind of, do you know, it's kind of weird if you're not someone that's in social media realms. It's like a stranger coming up to you and thanking you.
Yeah.
It's really odd, right? And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do it. Right? And the funny thing is, it boomeranged 360 same night. The guy messaged me and he was like, yo, I was speaking to my brother and he, like, you're the dude that said, right, I'd say that.
Yeah.
Bam. That's opposite. Like, that's literally what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're trying to build a face to the brand. Same as you. KIXPLORE is the brand, but Mark is the face.
Yeah.
Right. For me, KOKAINE is me and Philly is the face. Everyone, like, if you don't know, it doesn't bother me. But people who do know, we're the face of the brand.
Yeah.
Right. So how important is it to be the face of your brand? Like at what point of time do you feel like, okay, cool, I need to step back? Because, like, for example, your KIXPLORE, right? At the end of the day, what happens if you decide to open up a consignment store, call it KIXPLORE?
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, when do you be like, that's enough? And it's not
in terms of, like,
your
privacy?
It's not about you anymore. It's about KIXPLORE.
Probably when it starts to get a little bit personal, when things affect your family and stuff. I think if it's anything regarding to me, if like a stranger comes up to me and they just really genuinely just want to say hi, that's fine, you know. But if you're like, let's say like if you're at a funeral and someone's asking, oh bro, can I take a photo? Bro, come on, like, or like you're with your family just trying to have a good time or stuff like that. And then they're just like, oh, bro, okay, come down there. I'm like, oh, hey, sorry, I'll just maybe next time, you know, I'll come out with you and stuff. But right now, I just need to, you know, I'm doing something really important. That's probably the kind of line that I would draw. But any other time other than that, I think I'd be really, you know, I'd be more willing to help out, take a photo or whatever. A lot of people take photos with me, by the way.
But the second question, all right, so you said that, right? But how do you reckon your missus feels?
My missus,
because your missus is a successful business person as well.
Yes,
that does own a Boba Shop in Geelong, which is outer suburbs of outer regions of Melbourne, which is really good. Like, shout out to them.
Yep.
But how does she feel when someone comes to you and be like, yo, you're KIXPLORE? Has that happened in front of you?
Oh, yeah, it's happened before.
And what does your missus think? Have you asked her? Like, personally asked her? Like, actually seriously asked her? Not sort of just gave it a side eye?
Like, if it was a problem, she would have said something already. So that's why I think.
No, bro. You don't know women then. You don't know women. Bro, you are crazy.
No, but like, I know, but if it was like a problem that happened a lot, I think she would have mentioned already. But because I know my missus, my wifey, shout out to my wife, if she would say something, she had a problem with something, especially in terms of that, because I know my wife hates being on camera. So she tells me straight away, like, you know, if I'm gonna have I have to tell her first that I'm gonna be videoing her in my vlogs or anything like that. If I don't, she'll like say, no, delete it, and all that stuff. So and it'll just cause problems later. I'm like, oh, it's just kind of ruins the flow of the video, you know. Every time you're like, oh no, I don't want to be
the wifey.
But yeah, it's just. But I'm pretty sure she would have told me by now, and it's never come to a point, or it's never come to an extent where it's been a problem. So. Maybe if I was as probably as big as you, maybe like she'll probably like, Mark, you know, this is like, I'm so over it. Like she'll probably say
what are you talking about? They take photos with me and Philly, so that's like it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's not just me. It's not like motherfuckers come like, can I take a photo with you? And they get Philly to hold the camera. It doesn't work that way. But okay. So I would say I'm living the dream, right? I'm working with my girlfriend every single day. We see each other every single day. Like we work every single day, right? But with you, your girlfriend has her own hustle, right? You have your own hustle. Do you ever see where it can sort of like touch, like at the tip? Like, where do you guys see that you guys can collab in a point that it's like, So a good one that I saw was Foot Locker. So you guys got your Boba Shop in Foot Locker. That was like best of both worlds for you. Like that was just you kid and candy store. Like, like your Boba Shop was in Foot Locker in QV for the grand opening, right? Why is that not happening more?
Oh, because that was sort of like a luck of the draw kind of thing, I guess. Because I actually spoke to Jane, the marketing person for Foot Locker, and how did it happen? I was just like, oh, so how did this come about and stuff? And I'll just a short story. It's just that they were just looking for someone, and that agency that my wife was using just kind of struck a deal, and that's kind of how it kind of happened. So that was really, really special, like probably a one-off kind of thing. I'm not really sure how often it's going to happen, especially during COVID times, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But so that was like, why we can't do that? I'd love to do that, man, bro. If like I hit us up, we'll do that again, you know.
But why haven't you and your missus sort of been like, okay, this is something that worked. This is the realms of both of us, and we're both enjoying ourselves and enjoying our time together as a couple, and doing both of our dreams.
Well, like I try to, like my wife doesn't probably repel of the kind of at the opportunity to be in a video. She would, man. And like I'm not even.
Name, repel is such a funny word that you use to describe your girlfriend. But anyway,
she repels like the.
Okay, what's her name?
Raquel.
That's my whole point.
No, but she. I'm saying she doesn't want to be a part of the whole like kind of video. She'd rather be. She doesn't mind being behind the video, like filming and stuff. But being in the video, it has to be like I have to actually like warm her up to it. But in terms of like working together and collaborating at the tip,
on the tip,
like I would like to say that I try to involve myself in her business as much as I can. Like I know she works a lot, especially because she's a nurse, and she has a business on the side. So she's always doing something. So like I feel like I have to help her as much as I can because I'm husband and everything. So what I do is to every time she's sort of got like a new launch or something like that, I like to video it. I like to create content for it. So it serves as a memory as well, not just as a marketing sort of like.
Gimmick, like
kind of thing, kind of thing. So I like to do that, and especially in terms of like, if she says something like, "Oh, hey Mark, I need someone to go to the shop. I can't go there at the moment because I got work or whatever." Like I'm down to do that, man. I help my wife in every way possible I can. So
why do you? Okay, this might be personal, but do you feel like it's the same both ways? Oh, that face though. That's a no. That's a no. Okay, so I'll say it for you. Mark said no. But do you feel like as what you're doing is it very important to have a meeting point with your partner to be like, okay, cool, this is where we can cross paths. This is where your hustle and my hustle can we can do something together that is our project. Like, how long do you think it takes to get to that point? Because you're not at that point. You've been trying to work to that point. But how important is that to you, and how long do you think it's going to take?
I think it just depends on how quick someone can adapt to something, to new things, because obviously different people kind of have different kind of adaptability times and that kind of stuff. So Raquel usually, because she owns a business, you have to adapt to all these different kind of problems and stuff. So she's okay with it. It's just that if I tell her, look, it's really important that you're in this video, she'll do it straight away, kind of thing. But if I tell her, if I just go out of the blue and start just filming her and that kind of stuff, of course she's going to be like, oh no, I don't want to be in it. No, I'll film you. You just do whatever you want. I'll just be in the background, kind of thing. So but I think it will come to a point where eventually when maybe if she's getting stuff out of it, like maybe free trips and all this kind of stuff, maybe she'd be more inclined into actually doing that kind of, being in more videos and all that kind of stuff, because I think she really believes in herself. It's hard to change that. She doesn't really, like, in terms of how we were talking about personality before. So I don't think she really believes that she doesn't have personality for video and that kind of stuff. So she doesn't want to be in video. Excuse me. She doesn't really want to be in video. She just wants to be helping out.
Maybe she don't like your content.
Maybe that's
maybe she don't like sneakers, bro. But so saying this, right? So wrapping this really all up, right? So how do you move? Like we talked about making trash content. We talked about like making viral stuff, right? How do you move to content that you and your partner, right, truly believe that, okay, cool, this is what we want to do, and this is what we're going to do forever, or like until the grass is not greener anymore. So like, I'll give you a good example, right? So me and Philly, obviously we're doing this, right? And now we're doing it in reverse. So the reverse play of it, now Philly's doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing, right? But we still have things together that we personally do together, like cocaine, not the drug, but like the brand. And also we still DJ together, we still like hang out, we still like do a lot of things. But she also has her other brand, like Essential Pieces, Essential PAWS. She does her side hustles and stuff like that. I have 2 cents on the side, I have my cars, I have a whole bunch of like my car YouTube channel and stuff like that, right? So I'm working in reverse, right? And a lot of people are working towards the way that I'm going, right? So where do you feel like the content creating, where are you going to be like, okay, I need to evolve now, I need to evolve and move on from sneakers so my partner can be involved? Because happy life means
happy wife, happy life. Yep.
So tell me.
Basically, probably, as I think I've mentioned it before, in terms if things evolve into more vlogging, I think travel and all that kind of stuff should be definitely way more into it. But until then, if it comes to sneakers, because my wife, how do I say this when it comes to sneakers? I've bought her 2 pairs of sneakers, and the only reason why that is because that's like, first of all, the first one was the one when we got married, we wore the corny matching sneakers. Jordan
11 Concords has to be. Was it?
It was the 7211. I suppose 72, the 6210. Sorry, the 6210.
I knew it was some sort of Jordan 11.
Yeah, well, no, but you were the same model. You were right about that.
Yeah.
But and also I got a pair of Yeezys as well, because all 350s are like, it's, I don't know about, a lot of people hate that shoe, but it's like one of my most favorite. Anyway, so we have that. That's the only 2, and that's because like I bought it for her. So other than that, she will never kind of get into sneakers.
I don't understand. So what the fuck is she wearing right now?
She wears like just normal like girl shoes, like sandals, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just the open toe stuff, heels, that kind of stuff. So she'll never really be into sneakers unless it's for like fitness or something like that, where she's using for gym.
Maybe because you're not buying her the right shoes.
Oh, man.
You ever thought about that, bro?
Oh, well, but the kind of shoes that she kind of says sometimes is for like the Gucci, the Gucci
Aces, all
that kind of stuff. I told her, look, I don't really want her buying those because.
But you want her to like sneakers. But contradiction right here, bro. Put you on the spot, cuz.
It's not like, I just want her to wear it all the time, and I've just heard sometimes really bad reviews in terms of the sneakers that she wants, like in terms of comfortability. Because I know.
Oh, you don't buy Gucci Aces for comfortability.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
I played ball in those. Yes, I have played ball in my.
How did that go?
I beat Andrew Fung, so shout out to the Fung bros, but I got video proof in my Aces, bro. So they're not comfortable. Okay. It probably says that my ball skills are pretty good.
Break my ankles in those. But yeah, like in terms of that kind of stuff, like yeah, she doesn't really probably appreciate that much in terms of sneakers and stuff. But in terms of, I know she really does. I still enjoy it as well. Like in terms of like our Japan vlogs and all that kind of travel vlogs and stuff. So it's something to always look back on, and I know she could appreciate that because that becomes sort of like a memory in a way, those kind of videos, because we can always look back at them like when we're older and stuff, and look at and just tell ourselves, oh, look how skinny we were, and look how beautiful we were back then, and then we got married and just got bloated and all that kind of stuff. But
okay, but
yeah.
did you record? And I'm not sure if you did. I don't think you made it public. Maybe the actual like the background of when the Boba Shop was opening. Because I know you did a grand opening, I know that, right? But I don't think, did you film anything like prior to that, like the building process, the signage going on,
that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
nah. I would probably say that I've asked my wife, like, hey, why don't you like kind of do some sort of like social media in terms of like how to make your own boba store and all that kind of stuff. I asked her that, but I think she felt like it was obviously she doesn't have the personality, or she doesn't believe she has a person, doesn't want to be in front of the camera, so she wouldn't want to do that. And I think it's still too early for her to say how to actually build it, because she's still learning. So she feels like if she was going to ever do something like that, probably would be later down on the track, at least maybe probably second store or third store.
Okay, so let's we talk about the really main keys of this, right? The main key was one, content, where to make content, and then the second key is relationships, because relationships are really, really important in businesses like this, right? Then the fourth one is money. Money is the death to us all.
Yep.
Right? You still have a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. Your wife still has a 6 to 2 a.m. I don't know, she's a nurse, so I just assume it's like fucked up hours, right? And you guys both still have 2 side hustles, right?
Yep.
When do you feel like, okay, cool, I'm going to Smurf this shit out? Like, it's great Gary V line. Like, if you like Smurfs and you can make 30 grand fucking talking about Smurfs, let's talk about Smurfs all day, right? But when do you feel like it is that time I can sort of just do YouTube?
Just YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, as you said before, probably with the money side, if it can replace sort of living expenses. I mean, I don't have to be rich or anything like that. As long as it can kind of replace the bills and all that kind of stuff, that is probably the time I would genuinely feel comfortable in terms of just quitting my 9 to 5 job.
But what are you doing to work towards that, though? Are you actually planning to work towards that? Do you have goals to work towards?
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm not going to say, like, you can't just fucking say it, right? There's 2 fucking things, right? I hate it when people just say, yeah, definitely, right?
Yeah.
But have you wrote it down? Have you been like, okay, this is how much we need. This is actually livable, doable, and this is where I am.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I would probably have to say no. I have done stuff, but the way that you're kind of making it sound, I know you're probably, your next question is, have you done this? And I'm like, nah, I haven't done that. So I'm just going to say no.
So that's my real question, because money is important, right? Yes. Money is definitely important, right? And it's getting to a point that I just want to know, okay, cool. Oh, it's me, Business Partner. Hello, mate.
What's up?
When does the money be like, cool, this is not important anymore? My happiness through YouTube, my wife's business is much more important. Like, when is your 9 to 5 done?
Done? No, definitely. When it's...
But do you have a number on it?
Number.
Because do you feel like you're not putting a number on it? You're not making an achievable number on top of it. That's why it has not happened.
I would probably say even around 30. If I can get 35K
a year,
yeah,
and you'd be done. You'd be happy.
I'd be comfortable. That's not even a really big, like, I'll probably still be struggling, like in other ways. Kind of, I think if I'm the only one that's like kind of paying for the bills and everything, all that kind of stuff, I think I'd be okay with that. I just don't buy anything, like don't go out or anything like that.
But are you okay with that?
Yeah. 35K. What you? I don't know. And like I haven't planned it out, so I'm just saying comfortably.
You have a mortgage. I know you have a mortgage.
Yes.
Right.
You definitely, yeah. Well, you know what it's all.
We're not talking about my finances right now. Right? I buy like fucking $60,000 cars. And just,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm fucking stupid with my money, right? I'm not. Don't talk to me like I'm not good with that shit. I know how to be good with it. I just don't know how to do it. But, okay, so it's like, the main question here is it's like, are you gonna get to a point that you feel like, I'm cool, I'm content, content. Not happy, but I'm content. Because being happy is I would say a false feeling. Because like I can give you $1 million, you feel happy.
Yeah.
But I can let you do what you love every single day of your life for $10,000. Is that really happiness? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like do you feel like 35K to 40K is your content?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be comfortable. I'll be with that amount. And then I could probably say yes. I could leave my 9 to 5 kind of thing.
But do you feel like because you're only doing YouTube and you're not branching out to anything else, that's stopping you? Why haven't you resold shoes like every single other shitty ass?
I've actually thought about it. Yeah, I know, but that's like a business. I feel like I want to try something. I'm trying to discover something different and trying to go down that route, which was already so super saturated already.
Yeah, correct. Everyone's selling Jordan 1 mids to make $10 for $180 shoes. So when you figure that out, it's not even worth it. But
yeah, I think like if I did that, I'll be like jumping on the trend a little bit too late.
Too late, correct.
Yeah, so that's why I don't do it. But yeah, it's just there'll be other avenues that I will be exploring this year, definitely, and we'll see how it just goes from there, I guess. But in terms of the number, yeah, 35K, man, that's a pretty good number, I think.
So just to wrap this all up, like let's finish this. The most important part of this is that I want to sort of teach people that, hey, these are the content you need to make, why you need to make it, and the relationship that you need to keep with your partner, your missus, your boyfriend, whatever you want. And you need to be putting a number, an actual number on where you'll be content. Because if you don't put a number on it, you're just reaching for the sky.
Yeah.
You won't take it serious. You won't take it serious. You're taking it blind. You're not really looking at, okay, cool, let's break it down to days, months, weeks, years of income and be like, cool.
Yeah.
It's working out. Like, for example, I'm just going to, my guesstimation, okay, I'm just going to guess, right? You don't have to say yes or no, right? Each month you're probably getting paid just on ad revenue. On 3K, you should say $300 a month. I don't know.
Not even, bro.
Like, I'm just guessing, right? This is my guesstimation, right? So you times that by 10, which is 3,000 plus another $300. So that's 3.6. So you're like 24K away from your dream, right? Do you feel like, fuck, that's a long time, right? So maybe it's like, okay, cool. Let's start something up small. Let's start selling, not sneakers, something, hats,
something, yeah,
throwback jerseys, something, right? When do you get to that point that you got, okay, it's not working for YouTube at the moment, and it's time to not put it on the back burner, but to put income somewhere else so I can do YouTube? Because you're doing a 9 to 5. I know, like I personally know you hate your 9 to 5. It's not hate, but you'd rather be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like you'd rather be somewhere else. Your mind is somewhere else, right? But your physical body's there.
Yeah.
So
this fly is
yeah. So tell me.
That's good.
Yeah. Do you remember the question? No, you don't. When do you reckon it's time that you go, okay, cool,
I'll branch out to something like
else.
another avenue?
Yeah.
Probably if you've done it, because I remember you did. I know it didn't take you like 2 years to get to 1,000 to monetize on YouTube. I don't think it took you that long.
I don't remember. I think it took...
No, I didn't. I remember. I think we had this conversation. I think it took you like a year. It took you like a year to get to almost 1,000 or something. But me, my growth was a lot slower because I wasn't doing... I've never done daily vlogs.
Yeah.
So that kind of hustle, that's probably another reason why it took me a lot longer. Because I wasn't putting out as much content. But in terms of like... If you're not reaching that goal, that's why Hao was saying that if you have a goal, you have to put like a number or a date on it. And if you're not going to reach it, maybe it's like, don't throw it away. Don't throw away all that effort for nothing. But you can try branch out to something else into another business. After, I would probably say if it's like 2 years, if you haven't been hitting any goals or anything like that, like your proper goals, I think it's time, man. It's a time to try something. If you try something drastic, you know, or even just try something new. Like that's what I probably say and think. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Thank you very much, Mark. I really appreciate you coming through. We had interesting conversation. If you guys have any comments below, don't forget to comment down below. And if you would like to follow Mark, please, your turn to look at the camera and input whatever you need to put.
What is up, guys? Thanks for watching this video. So you can catch up with all my kind of stuff on KIXPLORE on YouTube. That's KIXPLORE on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, just if you like sneakers, if you like travel and lifestyle stuff like clothing, definitely check it out and subscribe. And shout out to my wife. Her actual store is called Boba Central in Geelong. So if you're around the area,
it's on the main street. Yeah, it's on the main street.
No, yeah, it's something like that in the area.
Yeah, I know where that is. Also, it's KIXPLORE. Correct.
Thank you very much. That
because
is correct.
Oh, wait. Before we leave, why did you spell it like that?
KIXPLORE. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because that's a very good question.
Because that's not something like how you feel is fucked up to spell, right? No, it was like HOUYOU. Like, yeah, but like when you tell someone, it's supposed to be a name that's easy to spell, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Mine is it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm contradicting myself right now. But why?
I just like the name with kicks. So obviously kicks is sneakers. KICK, like Z or S, whatever.
Z.
It's supposed to be like that, but I changed it to KIX because it's kicks, and then the plore is exploring. Obviously, mind blown.
Thank you very much, guys. Arigato gozaimasu. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya. I'm gonna stop this. Yeah. I'll space.